Hello everyone, this is Freckle Panda here with a ride at Mancos State Park in Colorado, near Mancos, Colorado, on an Lectric XP 3.0 long-range step-through. This is the step-through version, and this is also the long-range version, which gets higher mileage than the other one. The max weight on the Lectric XP is going to be 330 pounds. Look, but if you're 330, 360, you should be able to ride this. Once you get a certain weight on these bikes, though, I wouldn't try and ride one just because they're folding and you don't know how strong the folding mechanism, and all that stuff is. The rear rack on these has a 150-pound capacity, hence why you can get the passenger seat. The motor is going to be 500 watts, 1000 peak watts, and there's lots of accessories for this e-bike actually, which makes it pretty cool for a lot of people. And it's folding, if I didn't say that. Now, the long range is supposed to go 65 miles, have 65 miles of range. Now, that's on level 1 assist. Level 2 is supposed to give you 50 miles on level 2. 35 miles on level 3. Level 4 is 30 miles, and level 5 is going to be 25 miles of range. So that's your different specs for the range. On throttle only, on the long range, it's supposed to be 30 miles. Now, they test this with, I believe, a 180-pound or so rider, and they probably have the PSI up pretty high on the tires, which, honestly, I do the same thing with my EV cars to get a little bit more range. So I weigh more than 180 pounds, probably about 20 pounds more. So it cuts down, of course, on the range. I have ran out of power battery on this bike twice in the last year or so that I've had it, but it's also me riding in level 5 and not being economical when going on long rides, because usually my rides are 10 to 15 miles on average. But I've been going on longer rides lately, so I'm getting really better at using level 2 and level 3. I'll get back to the bike in a minute. So Mancos State Park is a very small state park. Let me let people know, do not bring wood here from out of state. We've been getting hit with the different types of beetles and stuff that really destroys trees and stuff. So we don't need to, introduce stuff that can kill our trees here. Same as we shouldn't be taking wood to other states either. So like I said, this is a small park, so you cannot ride around the entire lake. There's houses and stuff on the other side, and there's actually houses, if you look close enough, in the back. So where our campsite was, you could see houses not too far away. There's trails and everything like that. They have bear boxes. You can watch my review of Mancos once it comes out. But it is a smaller park. The best thing about it, though, it's on a lake. We had a basic site, but they do have electrical sites. There's not a ton of campsites here, which makes it a little more private. It was pretty quiet here, pretty relaxing here. It's more of a drive for a lot of people, so it doesn't get packed like the ones that are close to Denver. This is going to be way southern Colorado, near Mesa Verde National Park, and Durango would be your largest city. Mancos is a cute little town too. Durango's a really cool smaller city. Got a college town vibe. It does have a college there, Adams State College, I think it is. Go there. I'm going to be going back there sooner than later to go ride my bike, because while I was there, we were walking around and found some pretty cool trails in that little city. I like that city. Anyway, that's in the future. Let's get back to Lectric XP 3.0. Just real quick before we talk about it, though, this cost a total of $60, less than $60 for 3 days, 2 nights here. And the main reason we weren't doing a bunch of camping, it was for my son to be able to fish, but we wanted to explore the area. So we went to Mesa Verde State National Park, hung out in Durango, got bites to eat, and showered at a hot springs. I went to the hot springs and relaxed for a while, then took a shower, and it worked out. It was a lot cheaper than a hotel. Now, the Lectric XP 3.0 step-through, which is going to be the same as the other one, there's not much difference between them in regards to how they operate. It's just one's a step-through and one is not. Now, with that being said, be mindful. Do not make sure you do your research on the batteries. If you're going to get a second battery through Lectric XP, make sure, or Electric, excuse me, the company, make sure you get it for the step through and don't get it for the standard. They do not fit each other. How do I know that? Because luckily I have another bike which is like a white label bike that has a battery the size of a regular standard Lectric XP. And it does not fit in here because they have to make them different because the step through is built differently, so they had to change how it fits into the actually battery, where the battery socket goes. So just be very, very careful of that. I'm so glad I tried it before I actually ordered it, because I would have messed up. One thing, as you can see here, so Mancos is very small, so I'm already out into the neighborhoods. I could keep, or excuse me, no, I'm not. I'm going to be going out into the neighborhoods because that's how small it is. Like I said, you cannot ride around this entire lake. You can only ride around a little bit of it, and then you start going out into the neighborhoods, which are dirt roads. They're fine. There's plenty of room. People can see you. Lots of visually, you're not going to be like getting hit by anybody because they can obviously see you. It was not busy here either. Range was fine. I took a generator, and I did use the generator to fully charge up my stuff, which is weird to use a gas generator to charge stuff up. But I didn't just have it for an electric bike. I used to power my pop-up camper and everything like that when I have a basic site. Basic sites do not have electrical. I'll leave a link in the description for that, the charger, or excuse me, the gas generator that I use, which is real simple. It's super quiet. It does not impact people. You cannot hear it. It's very hard to hear like that. It's not super loud. But I'll leave some links for that. So it worked really well using the gas generator to power everything and charge up my everything I needed to be charged. It charged this. I had a scooter with me too. So the Lectric XP long range step through, or whatever one, they're going to be about the same. Does it get its mileage? It says it will. Yes, I've done 30 miles, 32 miles an hour, so this one is more powerful than my old one. I can say it for a fact. I had an Electric XP 1.0. It is more powerful than that, and it is also quieter. Build quality is better than my Electric XP 1.0. They're getting better with the new generations. But it is a budget bike. It's $1,300, $1,400, whatever they're selling for today, whatever deals they're running. They kill me with the emails. I need to unsubscribe from them because they sent you so many emails every deal. But the funny thing is when I bought it, you didn't offer a deal on a free battery, a second battery, so I only got the one battery, which sucks. I mean, the battery's good, but you get it, and then 2 weeks later, they're like Tesla in a way. 2 weeks later, they're throwing something in. Oh, why didn't you throw it in when I bought it? You waited a month later to do that. The weight of this bike is around 64 pounds or more, around 64, 65 pounds with the battery installed. And the battery weighs 7 pounds. So if you take the battery out, it goes under 60 pounds. It's still a heavy, heavy bike. Guys, it's not built to be lightweight. It has an LCD display, front oil suspension forks. It has a UL certified UL 2849 to help not make sure that it doesn't catch on fire like a lot of the older ones used to do. I'm talking about e-bikes in general. Tires are 3-inch fat tire versus the old schools, which were 20 by 4-inch tires, but it's the same size for your tubes, your tire tubes. As I said, or if I didn't say it, these videos are not sponsored by Lectric XP. I'm going to tell you the good and bad of them. I've told you the good of them. The bad is the weight. Fit and finish sometimes can be rough. It can be rattly at times and stuff like that. That also has to do with it being a folding e-bike. Now, what I will do with this bike also is, and here you see me, I'm riding around. It looks like the neighborhoods. So it's just a dirt road. It's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure I was out there riding the neighborhoods coming back in and stuff like that. And this is a longer video to get a little bit more into it. Also, your tires, slime is installed in these already, which is cool. But like I said, the weight on it, after a while, I really do get tired of lifting this up into my car and stuff. And the folding mechanism is cool. But the bike gets scratched up so much, or something gets dented, or stuff like that. I am looking at I might wait till winter time to do this and not next summer when these bike companies start getting a little more desperate in the winter time, just like motorcycle companies, and that not a lot of people buy this stuff in the winter. So they run more deals of getting a non-folding, larger mountain bike style, but comfy bike. I'm mostly like a city bike with decent, thicker tires, not super thin. That's 500 watts or more. And I've looked at the what Lectric sells. I like theirs. Theirs is cool too, but I'm telling you, I am not loyal to them like that. I'll be honest with you. I'm also looking at other companies like, was it Abington or something like that. And I haven't put this video together. I just got back from Dillon State Park, or Dillon Reservoir, excuse me, around Georgetown area in Dillon, Colorado. And these ladies were parked next to me, and we'd seen them earlier when we were riding. Beautiful ride. You'll see that one. That was actually really awesome. And one of the ladies was really tired. They were older than me, I'm guessing. And they asked me to say, could you help me put this on the bike rack? And they had a bike rack on the back of the car, or the SUV, which wasn't that hard to put it up there for me. But they had radpower's version. So they have the XP, which is Lectric XP's one. But I've never had an issue with radpower. My main issue with the last Rad Mini, the last version of it that I had, was it just felt smaller. It did. It was a little bit smaller than my Lectric XP, and it felt a little more confined for the price. But I checked out their version, which is similar to the X-Peak Step Through and the X-Peak High Step. And it's a nice looking bike. And I know I think radpower makes better bikes than Lectric XP. Lectric XP has better value, but I'm looking really hard at the radpower products again. I've never had an issue with them, and I'm at a different point where I always wanted to fold stuff and put it in my car. But to be honest with you, I have a tow hitch, I have a truck, and in a car that doesn't, I'll throw a tow hitch on it and put a bike rack on the back of it. I am looking at their products because they make a lot of city-based or city-style bikes, and one of them I'm really looking at is the Rad City 5 Plus High Step. I think they have different high step versions, but the prices seem really cheap on them. They have good power. They have from short riders to riders up to 6'5". I'm seeing it right now for $1,000 for one of their e-bikes like that. I want something a little more comfortable, a little bit taller, and looks more like an adult-sized e-bike. And I understand why people get these, and I do like them still, don't get me wrong, but I do like the ones that are more city style now. I've just watched a lot of them. I think I just like them, and I would like to find one that has regenerative braking. And I know it doesn't do much, but if you can get a mile or two out of it, why not? Heck, I have it on my scooter. My scooter has regenerative braking. I'll leave a link in the description for my little high boy scooter as well. But as far as this bike goes, it does fine. It's a good bike. It's a good budget bike and everything like that. I'm just ready for a different style e-bike more than anything. I'm not saying anything bad about Lectric XP. I'm just saying I'm looking at a different style. And also, it's not just radpower e-bikes I'm interested in. I'm also looking at the California Bicycle Company, I think it was. I saw some of their bikes, and I do like their products as well. And but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. This was a really good ride. It was super short. There's not a lot of places to explore on bike here. It's just not that big of a park. But if we had brought more e-bikes, going to Durango itself had a lot of so cool trails to ride along the rivers and all that good stuff. But like I said, we came here because it's cheap and we could explore. You can't knock it. We saved at least $100, maybe $150 for a 3-day stay, two nights. So hey, it's more stuff to do. It's about the experience, and plus we got a pretty cool hard-sided pop-up camper, and it was beautiful. Son didn't catch any fish, but he likes to fish now. So hey, getting kids outdoors is a big deal nowadays. So like I said, I'm also looking at the XP's high step e-bike. They're wanting $1,299. I have to see what the accessories are. A lot of them, those accessories that XP Lectric wants to give you are honestly cheap Chinese stuff. They're not worth a lot of stuff. What I mean by that is like Temu type stuff. Yeah, and people think they're getting a real great deal, but without a brand name on it, they're cheap. They come out of all the same factories, probably more than likely. And they'll say it's a $300 value. It's probably more like a $90 value. You know, when they say 300, at least cut it in half, because that's what the real value is. They ain't giving you nothing good for that for free usually, except for the battery. So anyway, so yeah, I'm looking at the high step e-bike from Lectric XP to X-Peaks, but I'm leaning more towards radpower because I think radpower is much better at making city and urban bikes, and I think they've been in the game longer in focusing on those city style bikes, whereas Lectric was better at the folding. Well, they were never really better at the folding, but that was their style forever. So it'd be like getting a Ram or a Ford F-150 or a Chevy, or going and getting a Tesla. You know, okay, which ones you want as an electric car? Well, I'd want the companies that have been making trucks forever versus the one that just made their very first truck, which isn't even a truck. But anyway, so I think I'm leaning towards that. And like I said, the California Bike Company and Aventon, I think it's Aventon, their bikes too. But this was really cool. I really liked it. Like I said, it's regardless. I don't care. I'm not a bike snob. As long as the bike works, it's dependable, it gives you decent range, and it puts a smile on your face. Hey, go with what you got. I have a little $400 bike. I'll leave a link in the description. I've taken it on some trips with me because it's smaller and it doesn't take up that much room, and it's folding, and it gets a legit 25-30 miles of range on how I ride. I like the bike. It puts a smile on my face too. It's a little bit smaller for me, but it still works for me. So I'm not going to say, oh, it's crap because of this. No, I liked it. There you go. There's Mancos Reservoir right there. I'm riding through the grass and all that stuff. It does fine with light off-roading. Anything more than that, you got to be mindful. Don't overdo it with it because it is a folding bike. Anyway, I want to thank all y'all for watching my videos. I hope this helps someone. I like my bike. I'm not sponsored. This is my personal opinion, and I've owned several e-bikes. I use them all the time. I travel a lot. But I want to give you guys some ideas, something to check out. Do what you want, with the information I give and what works for you. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is Frugal Panda out.